name is Books Chauhan. I'm one of the advisors here at Wenta. We are a little bit about Wenta. If it's the first time you've joined us, I do recognize some of the names on the list already. So you've heard this spiel before, but I'm going to do it again. Wenta is a not-for-profit organization. We've been around for 40 years, okay, since 1983. We celebrate our 40th birthday this year, actually. We're, like I said, a not-for-profit organization, and our core business is basically our renting out office space. We have 4 large sites based in Stevenage, Watford, Potters Bar, and Enfield, and we rent out office space. That could be from hot desking to permanent desks to one-person offices to entire floor areas, depending on what your business requires and what their needs is. So we're here to help you. They're all short-term contracts, 30-day contracts, including lighting and heating. And then, like I said, you can chop and change as you go along, as your business grows, etc. You can basically move into 2-person, 3-person, and entire floor areas should and when you require it. We say office space. A lot of people do use it as regards to stock rooms as well, basically stocking their stocks and so on, etc. If they don't want to leave it in their garden shed or their garage and stuff like that, some people operate their businesses from there and use it basically, create some racking and basically put their stock in their offices as such. So there's a point where basically that they can come in and use. All the centers have off-site parking, basically, or on-site parking, should I say, basically. And they're all security enabled as well. There's reception areas for all of them. So should you get any clients through kind of stuff, they'll wait in the reception for you to either come and pick them up or speak to them as such via phone, whichever is best for you. So we've got that. We also have virtual services as well. So if you're a business operating from home, we've got virtual services that you can obviously take advantage of. That's from call answering. We can take any of your calls when you're busy or not available and message you back with any messages as such regards to your clients. We've got mailbox facilities as well. So we can take any of your mail. We also have, virtual addresses as well. So if you're working from home and you don't want to let anyone know your home address or anything like that, you can certainly rent one of our addresses for any of our sites and use that for all your correspondences and so on, meaning even for your websites and so on, so clients know that you're actually a bricks and mortar company as well, or have a permanent base as such. And you can certainly use that for Companies House as well, if you're a limited company. So like I said, that brings in sort of all our core of our main revenue as such, and that's all plowed back in to create more services and so on. We work with a lot of councils up and down the country, including job centres as well, giving out free advice. And that leads us to the next bit where I'm an advisor. So basically, we can provide free advice to lots and lots of businesses externally to us, etc. Like I said, we work with lots of councils and job centers up and down the country kind of stuff, providing free business support to anybody that's out there who's looking to start a business. We're here to help you no matter where you are with your business. It could be a startup, could be established business, wherever you are, we're here to help you. The advice services that we provide are all free, okay? And you can tap into us by having an appointment with us by a phone call, Zoom call, or if you're nearby, a face-to-face appointment, you can come in and speak to any of the advisors with prior appointments. Just book an appointment through our website, wenta.co.uk, and you can speak to any of the advisors here. So we've got all these advisory services. We've got webinars that we deploy as well. I've written this one here, a new one. It's only been out less than a month or so, this Instagram one. So hopefully you'll find it interesting and knowledgeable as well, and informative for yourselves. But we've got a whole other sort of pack of webinars from marketing, content marketing, pricing, business planning, costing, cash flows, websites, Wix with websites, social media, and the list goes on. There's loads of these webinars out there. Again, they're all free. They're all recorded as well for you, so you can actually watch them in your own time as you wish, etc. And we also have external companies that come in who are specialists, such as Google Digital. Garage, they come in, they do SEO webinars for us. We've got accounting by Signet, we've got cyber security as well. And obviously the list goes on. Again, we've got marketing and so on that comes in with the Midnight Blue marketing. So lots and lots of different information on our website. Have a look at all the webinars. They're all in the trading tab and they're available for you to just sign up to. And then, like I said, all of that is all free for you as well. We have 2 brand new projects, which is the Net Zero. All new companies or new businesses should be thinking about this for the long-term future. Clients are now looking to work with companies who are going green. Remember, clients will look at your packaging. Even if your products aren't green or can't be green, you should try and do something with regards to making them go green, and including packaging and posting as well. Clients are looking at all of this and they want to basically deal with companies that are going green and basically limiting their emissions, carbon emissions, and so on. We've got the bronze tier level, which we're giving away free of charge to everybody. No payment whatsoever is required. And you can basically just sign up easily onto our website for the bronze tier or any of the other tiers as well. And once you've finished the bronze tier, hopefully you move up onto basically the paid ones, going all the way up to gold, where you can get accredited as well, meaning hopefully you'll be in charge, you'll be first in line for any green grants that may well appear sooner or later from governments or even us as well at some stage. So do have a look at that. And the last thing we've got is a savings tab, where we've tied up with lots of different partners to bring you discounted services, anything from websites to social media marketing for you, or any form of marketing that you want, from insurances, accounting. The list goes on. There's lots and lots of different discounts and free pointers in the right direction of using different types of software and so on. Do have a look at that. That's all there for you. We've got Tide the Bank giving £50 free to everybody who opens an account and puts £50 into their bank account. As a Wenta client, you'll get £50 free put into there as well. So do have a look at that. We've got business insurance as well from Simply Business as well. So if you're looking for business insurance, it's all on there as well on that side. But like I said, lots of different partners. Do have a look. You know, and it will be pretty ideal for you, because you may be saving a few pennies for your business setup, or even if you're an established business. So today, welcome to Instagram, introduction to Instagram. Some of the course objectives that we're going to basically deal with on that side. So hopefully by the end of the webinar, you'll be able to set up an account on Instagram. Understand how it works, benefits of using Instagram, create content, to create reels as well, which is one of the most popular parts of Instagram these days. Grow your followers, and then we'll look into how you can look at your insights and analytics as well and see how well you're doing or not how well you're doing. So what is Instagram? Okay, as it says there, it's a photo and video sharing social networking service. Basically, it's owned by Meta platforms as such, okay, or well, they call it Meta, or is a metaverse. They're in a bit of a situation with that, but it's owned by Meta platforms as such, who owns also Facebook as well. The app allows you to upload media that can be edited with filters and organized by hashtags and geographical tagging. So there's lots of things that you can actually do to get in response with your clients by basically tagging things as well geographically, as well as using the appropriate hashtags. Hashtags are the most common things that you need to use on Instagram. If you use the right type of hashtags, that can really, you know, escalate your viewing of your post or reel that you may be using. Posts can be shared publicly or with pre-approved followers as well. Okay, so when you have a normal private account as such, you'll probably tag friends and you'll have friends following you and you'll follow friends, etc. That's ideal. So all your information is shared between your friends, etc. And when you go Instagram for business, etc., it will ask you what you want, a business account or a creator account. Most of you will probably go for a business account, okay? And what happens with this is that this is open. This account is open to everybody. Okay, so it's not select people that will see certain things or anything. It will basically, if you put a post out on Instagram Business, it will just basically go out to everybody and anybody. Okay, and anyone will be able to view your profile. Remember, for Instagram personal, when you go to somebody's profile that you're not actually friends with as such, you go in, it might say it's a private account, you can't see any of the information. Okay, whereas when it's a business account, they can come to it. They might find you wherever, from your website, from other social media profiles, or just from your posts, etc. They may find you, and once they click on it, they'll see all your Instagram posts that you've been posting as such. Okay, so that's the difference about it. That it's open, everyone can come and see it, like it, view all your posts. Okay, and that's how you start gaining clients and followers as such. You can also, if you do using stories and such, which we'll discuss a little bit later, then you can basically have pre-approved followers going through as well. Excuse me. Users can browse other users' content by tag and location, so you can find people that way. And this is how, once you get a little bit clever about using hashtags and tagging locations and so on, that's when how people will certainly start finding you. And that's how all posts are sort of collated as such around Instagram. If somebody looks for exotic beaches as such, and you've done a post for exotic beaches, etc., and tagged it as such, okay, then you fall into that category and people will start seeing your posts. They'll click on the rest of your profile and hopefully see the rest of all your products or services that you kind of do as such, okay? So that's how it literally works. It's mainly advertising, obviously, photos, videos, and reels. Reels are basically the best thing as such. I tend to do quite a lot of reels as every now and then kind of stuff. But you can do normal photos, videos, and reels. And that's what gets you basically noticed. The more better you get at this, it takes time. It is nerve-wracking, guys, but at the end of the day, sometimes, first things first, you've got to just basically take your time, create some lovely photos, videos if you can, okay, and reels coming next basically on that side. And then you'll be able to basically get confident with it and start posting once you know how it literally works. And we'll discuss a few ways of doing it on the webinar itself as well. It's a popular way to connect with brands, celebrities, friends, and customers. So there's lots of people out there. Everyone's using it. You've got lots of big brand name brands. You've got celebrities out there using it all the time. And all your friends and hopefully your customers that you want to connect with basically on here as well. Now, remember, it's there's a different type of audience on Instagram, okay? All social medias, okay, generally have a different age category group, okay? Facebook has probably from young to sort of, I'll say young, I'll probably say middle-aged onwards. There used to be a little younger clientele on there. They're still on there, but they don't use it as much. But a lot more middle-aged to elderly clients on basically audience on Facebook. Instagram is well known for basically a younger level of clientele, okay? So this is where you want to, you need to know who your clients are. You must know who your target audience is at the end of the day so that you can go on to Instagram as well. But if you're on Facebook, okay, or if you're on Instagram, like I said, they're both linked to each other, and there's this little slide switch on there where basically you can post from one to the other automatically. So if you're going to post on one, there's no harm in you posting onto the other, because you're not going to have to create a special ad or anything for it. You just press the slide switch, it'll automatically deploy it to the other side as well. Helen, yes, you will get slides for this. Yeah, the webinar is recorded, and you'll get slides as well for the webinar later on as well. You will do. So yeah, as I was saying, so depends who your clients is. Make sure you understand who your target audience is. Okay. Instagram has over 1 billion active users, which means you have a potential to reach a very large audience very quickly if you do things correctly. I'm not saying it's going to be easy for everybody. And you know, if you use it correctly, what is using correctly? You know, you may do the hashtags, you may do the content, depending on what your content is all about. Okay, and how well you create it. There's a lot of reels I come across, and I look at them and sometimes think, well, what was the reason for this content? There's nothing on there at all. But you look at the amount of people that are following these guys, you know, it's unbelievable. 500,000 people, 600,000 people, you know, million people. And you think, wow, you know, so there is hope for everyone and all of us at the end of the day. Got to build relationships with customers. Instagram is a great way that you can do this. Okay, you can use the app to share behind the scenes content, answer questions, and provide customer support. You can do all of this easily. It's all about basically making sure the client understands what your product and your services are all about. Okay, we say behind the scenes, which is ideal. What happens is in any social media, you know, even if it's Instagram as such, what they want, what clients actually want is basically storytelling. They're not interested in a lovely picture of this lady using our iPad that I've got in the slide section here. They would be more interested in basically what she was actually doing and giving them a story of how she was, why she was browsing on her internet or taking payment from a client because that she'd persuaded somebody to buy something from her. This is what storytelling is all about, and that's what customers actually want. If they say picture like that, you know, well, what's it about? We don't know. But if there's a video or something going on in the background telling a little bit of story about what that is, that sells a product or a service more better than anything else basically out there. So looking at your types of content is really, really essential for you to do. A lot of Instagram people just post pictures and this and that. That's ideal. If you've got something scenic to share, then that's ideal. If you've got a picture like this lady, like I said, it's a bit boring, isn't it? But, you know, but unfortunately, I've got to use this picture for the slides, unfortunately. But there you go. And you can also obviously answer questions and provide customer support, because obviously it has the inbox, or it has basically Messenger connected to it, where you can provide good customer support when clients have seen your products or services, etc. And you can actually speak to them that way as well. It certainly drives traffic to your website. Search engines love this because, you know, search engines are out there and we all think search engines, that's it. They all basically just want to do something about websites and that's it. That's where their job ends. Unfortunately not. Search engines come along to your website. They look at your website. They look for links to social media platforms on your website. Okay. And then they understand that, yeah, no, this business is really geared up. They're on the social media platforms. And some of these social media, search engines also visit your social media platforms as well. They make sure that the link is working and it's appropriate and everything like that as well. So they do check out on that, but they also check the links, making sure on your website that it's all there, because it helps drive traffic to your website, not only from search engines, but also basically when clients are looking at your product or services, they want a little bit more information. As such, they will always look for your website in your bio so that they can basically link to it and come to your website to get more information about your products and services. And that's when you need to know that your website also needs to be spot on as well. Okay. Increases brand awareness. So Instagram is a really, really, really good way of increasing, you know, brand awareness, making sure that clients understand what you're all about, is sharing high quality content. Remember, high quality content. You know, Instagram first was introduced. Let me explain. Instagram was first introduced where basically, because it's app based, it's for mobiles and tablets. Basically, you can use it on desktops, but it's very limited. It's clunky. It's not ideal. So it's basically used for mobile use. You're away, you're out anywhere. You take a little video, you take an image, okay, and then you upload it straight away. Okay, nowadays people still do that if you're really handy with your phone and you've got the accessories and so on, like a digi selfie stick as such with stabilizers, and you can take good movies, etc. But a lot of people do go away and basically create their content afterwards. They download it to their PC, use different types of software, basically make it well high content, provide some tinting, provide some what am I looking for? I forget the word I'm looking for. But create high quality content, titling and branding, basically. Okay, making sure your logos are available at all times, so clients don't need to look in your bio who you are, what you are. If they see your logo on your video or your image there all the time, then they can start to recognize your branding and who you are and what you're all about. So it's very important to do all of these things and take your time in uploading them. I know a lot of people get trigger happy. They take a video because it's on their app, on their phone, etc., and then they upload it straight away, kind of stuff. Okay, that's ideal on stills and images and so on. That's ideal. But like I said, if you want to get something up for your business, then you need to look at it. Go home, go to your office, and then look at your content, and then obviously put that together, etc., and then obviously put some branding, etc., on it, and then obviously upload that up. So initial setups, basically, it's available for free from any of the app stores for iOS and Android, and also for Windows mobiles. If anybody's still using Windows, I don't know if Windows mobiles are still available, apparently. But yeah, they're available for that on any of the app stores on there. Just download it using your email or mobile number, use a verification code, provide your name and business. I've got some screenshots here basically on how it will go through for any of those who haven't got around to this, but this is what you want to do. Set up your, create your username. This is what people will see. So this will probably be your business name for a lot of you as well on that side. Press the next button. Obviously, it will ask you to create a secure password before they get to your date of birth. And for the date of birth for businesses, you can basically enter either your normal date of birth or the birth of your business as such. Okay, you can pop that into there. If you do put the date of your birth of your business, it might have 2023 or 2022, which might be a bit of a problem, basically, because obviously Instagram does have an age criteria as such as well. So you need to be, I think 16 or 18, but I'm not too sure on that, basically. But you've got to put something in there that makes your age become 18 or and over as such. So as you know, next screens are basically quite easy. Once you've set your account up, you need to find your Facebook friends. If you're connected to Facebook, then it's ideal. It'll look into Facebook and basically tell your friends that you're on, and see if they're on basically Facebook on Instagram, and obviously find friends that way for you. Or the other way is basically it'll find contacts in your phone directory as such, okay, your phone contacts, and it will basically load those guys up as well. So look through and double check if those guys are on Instagram or not, and it'll start basically putting those contacts up there as well as your friends on Instagram as well. If you have Facebook already, or business Facebook, if you're using that already, you can certainly basically, omit all the creating of the account and stuff. You can use the Facebook account on Instagram straight away and log in with basically all your Facebook credentials as such as well. And a profile photo, you can add it now or you can add it later on. This is obviously going to be your logo as such, or any form of branding that you want to basically do for your business as such. So this is where your logo will actually go into your profile branding, and you can do this later on. You can change it as many times as you wish on that side as well. Okay, and then next, Instagram will prompt you to discover people. Okay, it'll prompt you to discover people as such. So on that side, what you will do is basically it'll ask you, because it doesn't have anything to go on at the present moment. Instagram, how it works is basically once you start looking for certain things that you're following or watching or looking at, etc. For example, if you start just looking at football and so on, Instagram instantly starts knowing your profile and knows that you're looking at football. So it will start mentioning when you discover people or brands and so on, it will start looking at football clubs to tell you to look at this, look at that, and so on. And this is how basically Instagram learns from your searches of what you're looking at all the time, okay, and starts promoting it to you. So as a business, okay, you need to basically understand how it does. So if you're selling a product, let me tell you, say you're a hairdresser, okay, so if you promote your hairdressing business quite well through Instagram and so on, and using the right hashtags and the images and all of that, Instagram will introduce you to other clients who are looking for hairdressing, maybe in the local area. It's obviously going to be local area. You're not going to go fly off from Stevenage. I'm in Stevenage, and if you're in Manchester, I'm not going to fly off to Manchester to come and do your hair as such, okay? So sometimes using hashtags like hairdresser Stevenage, okay, that basically narrows it down if somebody's looking for it. Instagram will automatically recognize that you're in Stevenage. They might find somebody else is looking for hair designs or something like that, etc., or haircuts and hairdressing, and they'll put people together like that. And that's how people start discovering your business and so on. Let's have a look. Wendy says, can you control which phone contacts are used by Instagram? Yes, you can do. You can put them on there if you wish, and you can control them on that side. I don't like to personally. At the end of the day, I like to find all my contacts through Instagram itself, because I know then they're on Instagram on that side. What will happen is when you upload your contacts from your phone, even if they're not on Instagram, okay, they'll put them onto your list as such, your contacts list, and probably try and ping them, okay, to say Boops is on Instagram, would you like to join him, and kind of stuff. I like to just go and find them on Instagram itself, or my particular clients as such, or people, etc. Remember, as a business, this we're talking a little bit social and a little bit business as well. As a business, I wouldn't add any of them on there, because most of your contacts will probably be social contacts that are on your phone as such, okay? Because you're an open network as such, your Instagram business will be open to everybody. You'll gain customers through basically using the right hashtags and advertising correctly, okay? Is your personal account connected to a business account like Facebook, or can they be separate? They are separate. Facebook and social media are both separate. So Facebook and your Facebook business and your Facebook social side are both separate. You can have just a dummy Facebook account, okay, for social, because you need that to have a business account. Unfortunately, years ago, Facebook changed it. You needed a social media profile, a social profile of your personal self before you could connect and have a sort of business page as such. Instagram is certainly the same as well. I mean, when I've had a Facebook business page, and then I've basically just created from there a social, a business page for my Instagram kind of stuff on there. So both are separate. Both are kept separate though. I have both on my phone, and I can flick from one to the other very quickly. So in one case, I could be replying to a client basically, or as my business page, and they wouldn't know that that was run by me basically, so they won't know anything like that. So you can keep it totally separate as such. So homepage, this is what the homepage basically looks like. Like I said, it is basic level. I'm going to go through to make everyone understand how it all works and what it does. Remember, we didn't put a profile picture in, okay? We didn't put a profile picture in, so it just shows this avatar there, a basic avatar there, and that's what it does on there until we actually add a profile picture in as such on that side. But this is what basically, you know, once you've set up your account, you'll go here. This is your home newsfeed. Once you start connecting with businesses, obviously you will follow people and people will follow you. Okay, so when you follow people, you will see their content come on your newsfeed. Okay, that happens exactly to your customers. Once your customers connect with you, okay, if any posts that you put up, okay, then they may well see your posts coming up. I say may, the reason is that if there's a lot of likes, comments, and so on going on, then this will end up at the top of everyone's newsfeed. If there isn't anything, okay, then you know it disappears down to the bottom unless clients are scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And if they don't have too many people, you know, if they're not following too many people, then they may well get to the end and may well see your post. But the more likes you have, more comments you have, more shares you have, which I'll show you in a second how it's done, then obviously that ends up either, you know, nearly up to the top of everyone's feed, and they'll see your basically post as such. Here he says, does Instagram allow multiple accounts with the same name? I've already opened an account in my registered business name. Can anyone else also have an account with the same name? Good question, Kiri. Never come across it, but I believe probably not. I believe probably not on that side, because obviously that would basically, one, there may be some copyright issues with that. Okay, so if the registered name is registered for copyright and so on, people will easily get mixed up. So I believe you probably won't be able to. So if you know, if I have one there which is like whoops or something, and then you try and do that, I think you probably have to change it, or no, hang on. Yeah, Instagram does tell you actually that the username is being used. It does tell you, and then you've got to create something new for yourself, etc. By putting something else in, kind of stuff, you know. So, but it does tell you, so it doesn't actually confuse two brands or two businesses together as such. Otherwise, everyone will be on it. You know, we'll be all calling ourselves, I don't know, Louis Vuitton or something like that kind of stuff. Even if it was my natural name, I wouldn't be able to use it if LV basically have registered it already. I'd have to call myself or put in a middle name if I could, as such on that. So like I said, the newsfeed, this is where you'll find all the content that either you are following, so all the pages that you are following. On this particular one, we were following National Geographic channel kind of stuff, Nat Geo, they call themselves basically. And this is where we're seeing this feed coming through basically on that side. So that's where we do. What we've got here is at the top here, just going to show you around. This is stories. These are here. You've probably seen it on Facebook if you use Facebook, but you'll see lots of little circles like this along here, and there'll be a whole rail of them, and then you just scroll through. These stories are created and they're around for 24 hours. So you create a story, you can select who it goes out to as well. Okay, you can select when you create the story, you'll be able to select who it goes out to. If you want to go out to everybody, or you want it just go out friends and family or anything like that, then you can do so. But stories, basically, once you create it, could be a video, could be an image, could be anything. You'll be around for 24 hours. Okay, it will just stick around for 24 hours, and that's it. After 24 hours, it will disappear. It will also not appear on your timeline as well. So if anybody goes to basically your main page, your Instagram page, etc., if you've done a story, that story doesn't appear. It's, you know, just normal posts, normal reels. Story highlights will be available to see on your newsfeed. Stories basically get erased after 24 hours. Don't use stories too many times, okay? Because what happens is people get bored if they see your logo coming up there all the time, because until they press the actual story button, that's when they'll see the image or the story that you've actually uploaded, etc. If you do it daily, or you know, people will miss it and get bored with it. If there's too much of it, they'll just think, well, it's probably going to be the same image. Okay, And this is where you don't want to get confused. So, and confuse clients either. Use it once to maybe 3 times a week max, I would say, in my opinion. Okay. If you do it every day, it gets a bit boring and there's nothing happening there. So 2-3 times a week is ideal, I would say, on that side. Dion says, in regards to names, could I register even though I'm not trading at present? It's just to have my name brand not taken or someone else comes up with it. Yes, absolutely, Dion. It doesn't mean that once you've created, you've got to carry on using that account. I've got some accounts that I used to use about 3-4 years ago, which are just sitting there doing nothing at the end of the day, but they're still there kind of stuff. So yeah, you can do that. Obviously, when somebody does come to you, if you're not going to advertise it, then nobody's going to really know you. So they're not going to really come and find you as such, and nothing's going to happen to it on that side. But I wouldn't leave it for too long as such, okay? Because Instagram does look upon it and say, well, what's going on here? This account's been sitting here doing nothing. What's happening here? And they may well push you after it as such, kind of stuff, But certainly register it, register it with your name that you want, kind of stuff, and just hold it and see what happens on that side. Jennifer says, if stories are deleted after 24 hours, what's the benefit of using them? So sometimes it could be brand awareness, okay, a countdown to a product launch you might be having. It's just one of these things that Instagram has found that, and Facebook, it's on Facebook as well, stories, that's found that it works for a lot of people, socially as well as business, okay? So countdowns are brilliant on stories when you're counting down to a new product launch, maybe some giveaways that you might be doing, or anything special that you want to kind of shout about, okay? And you want to share it with a particular audience as such, okay? You want to share that with a particular kind of audience that you may have. That's what stories is all about at the end of the day. Are stories the best way to promote your business? Yes and no, Anne. Okay. Apparently, which will, like I said, we'll come onto this. There is basically other ways on Instagram to basically promote your business. Okay. Again, posts, again, reels, algorithms are really, really good. If you're using reels a lot, well, like I said, I'll cover this in a little bit into the webinar as we go along on that side. Stories at the moment, like I said, stick to it. Let's, do countdowns. Don't use them too often where people just see a logo coming up there every day. I have a friend actually who basically puts stories up every day. And I said to him, you're putting these stories away every day. I'm getting a little bit bored with seeing your logo first thing in the morning up there. First week or so, I was intrigued on what they were doing, kind of stuff. And then I got a bit bored with it. And I think, I don't really want to see that no more kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I don't click on their sort of, story because I find them, I found them boring at the end of the day. It was the same old. They weren't doing something special. Stories are really highlighted when you do something special. Okay, if you're doing a countdown product launch or anything exciting that you want to do as well, and you briefly want to share it, then use stories for that. So a little bit, I'm going to obviously show you around the app itself. Android and obviously Apple going to slightly differ, guys, okay, but more or less the icons are the same for everyone here, yeah. So you've got a search functionality here, okay? So when you want to search for something in particular, you press that, it opens up a search screen, and then you just type in whatever you're looking for, football team, or you're looking for, if you're a car enthusiast, you're looking for a particular brand of car or whatever you're looking for, pop that into there, and Instagram, believe me, has everything for you. Or if you're looking for similar businesses to yourself as well, you can pop that into there to see who your competition is out there as well. You got the home function, which is the little house, okay, quite obvious. You got the Reels function there, okay. You have the shopping. Instagram has recently removed this, okay, and they've actually moved the Reels one across here, and they've actually put a plus here, meaning basically if you want to add something new, so if you want to create a new post, a new reel, etc., whatever you want to do, that's become a plus now. So yeah, they've removed the shopping icon at the present moment. Shops are still on there. They are still on actually Facebook itself. I'm sorry, on Instagram as well. And your profile box is there. So if you have multiple profiles, like I said, you've got your personal profile. You might have another business profile. If you click on that, basically it comes up with a list of basically all your profiles that you've got. You click on it and it takes you to your business profile or your personal profile or any of your other business profiles kind of stuff. You can have 2, 3, 4 different business accounts, etc., that you may have created, and you can have that there, and each one is individual. And once you click on it, you go into that business profile and you're acting and behaving as if it's the business as such, not in your personal name. Okay. There we go. So spreadsheets, clicking the search functionalities, the search icon basically will take you through searches. Basically, it'll open up a little grid with the images in there, reels in there. So wherever you see this logo here, that means it's a reel, okay, on that side. Wherever you see a logo like this, that means it's multiple images, okay? So somebody's uploaded 2 or 3 or more images on that side. So this is what you'll see basically when you open up the search. You can pop in your search functionality in there, as you see there. World Wildlife we've got there. Comes up with World Wildlife. There's other ones here as well, but this is the WWF, as we can obviously recognize from the actual logo itself on that side. So that's where people can say that's the original one. The blue ticks here, that means these have been verified by Instagram as being proper businesses, okay, legitimate businesses as such, okay. When they don't have a blue tick, then basically they've not been verified as such on that side. Anne says, hi, is it best to have a photo of you or your logo on your profile business? Let's put it this way. If it's a business profile, then basically I would have a business logo, okay, on that side. You will have a business logo for you at the end of the day, okay. That's how people will start recognizing you. If you are a face, say maybe you're a life coach or something like that, then obviously you can use your own face as such. I tend to sort of basically prefer using logos, good logos, create some lovely logos so people can start recognizing you, because that logo then you can use in your advertising. You can put it onto your posts, etc. Facebook, on your images, on your website, on your Instagram. So you can start putting all those logos everywhere, so people can start knowing that's it's your business, it's your company, as to say on that side. What is the criteria to be Instagram? You've got to be a proper business. So they will come along officially and basically start looking at basically your business setup and so on. So registered address, telephone numbers, all of this kind of stuff. They'll do that search ground in the back and they'll verify you. Facebook does it as well. They verify you as well. That means this business has been verified. They'll do a check on you, probably in directories and all of those kind of things, to see that you're verified as a normal legitimate business as such. Okay, it does take a little while. Okay, but it does take a little while for them to do this for you. But they will basically do that. And once it's done, you'll get a little blue tick on that side. So on this next image, basically, we've got we wanted to obviously, look at what the World Wildlife Fund basically does, etc., and want to follow them. So once you go to the page, it will say follow here, okay, where the red box is. It will say follow. If you click that box, it will turn to following. That means you're following them now, and you'll be able to basically see all of their posts basically once they start advertising, every time they put their posts up, etc., that'll come onto your newsfeed, and that's how it basically works on there. If you connect any of these, if you click on any of these on here, it will show you all the 38 following accounts that you're they're following, etc. But if you went to your profile and done that, you will be able to see who, all the people that are following you, follow the followers and following you. Okay, 3.8 million is a lot of people to be basically going through as a list to look at. Well, initially when you get started off, when you got 50, 100 people, you can see everyone that's following you, and you can scroll through that list on that side. Pressing the home button, basically, that'll take you back. And again, as soon as we've done that, we'll see the latest post from basically the Wildlife Fund come up on our news feed. As soon as we've pressed that following button, and you see that comes through. So this is how clients will basically then start seeing you. As soon as they've press the following button for yourself, etc., they'll start seeing your post. Automatically, Instagram will push the last few posts up to all to your latest followers as such. On the bottom here, we've got 3 icons here. Okay, so basically, what you will see is the heart function, which is the like. Okay, so if you like this post, you'd click that, and that's a like, basically, okay, for that post. If you wanted to comment, you press on the bubble, okay, there, and you can then start commenting as such. Those comments are going to be live to everybody. Everybody basically who's following that or sees that post will be able to see that as well on that side. Okay, and the little aeroplane there. Now, this is where you want to share this post with particular people. So maybe, one of your customers has seen your ad here for, say you are the World Wildlife Fund. Okay, they've seen that post there. Okay, and they want to share it. They want to share it because maybe you're all going on a safari trip or something later on, etc. Your customer wants to share it to one of their friends, and you click on that, and they'll see a list of friends that they can start sharing with, as long as there's obviously friends listed on there as such. Okay, they've got people, obviously following them as well. So you can privately share that. Now, once that goes privately, you can also have a little there's a little text box that opens up, and you can put comments in for your friends. This will only go to your friends that you share it with, and the text that goes with it or the comment that goes with it can only be seen privately. You, as the advertiser, will not be able to see any of that. So you can see that people have shared this as well with some of the other people. That's all you will see, but you won't see what they've been talking about as such on that side. So that's what those 3 little icons down there kind of do as such. So, once you want to basically do that, you can either you can repost this to your story. Okay, you can reply to the World Wildlife. You put comments in there and such, and etc. You can reply to that. You can share it to another page as well if you wish to. So you can do quite a lot of things on there. You can share and forward this there. Post to anybody that you would like. So like I said, you'll have a lot of people on here. Probably if you've got friends or customers on there, you can search for them in particular. Like I said, maybe you're on a travel agent and some of your clients are going somewhere on safari, you would send them some inspirational posts like this, basically, of to see this leopard. Is it a jaguar? Oh, it's jaguar, sorry. That's I thought jaguars were always black. Never mind. But there we go. That's a jaguar there, apparently. According to the WWF, so I'm not going to argue with that. Here again, we're going to simply go back to obviously the home page. We can see the home page there. Basically, that's new posts that you can see on that side. And at the top, you're going to see a couple more icons here, which was similar to the ones that I showed you before. When it says, but how would that publicize my business? Well, what will happen is basically this post is out and it's open to everybody to see. Okay, if you wanted to private share this to someone, say if your friends were traveling with you as such and you wanted to share this particular post with friends, etc., that's publicizing your business to other people at the end of the day. Maybe World Wildlife, maybe not the ideal thing. Maybe you are a hairdresser. Maybe you've been to, Boopsy's hairdressers kind of stuff, etc. And I've put a post up about a brilliant new dye I'm using or dyeing somebody's hair kind of stuff. Okay, I pop it up onto my business page, etc. and you use these hairdressers. Maybe your friend's been on inquiring about basically where did you get your hair done. You would share that post to your friend. So that's now advertised and obviously opened it up to your friend. Your friend may well go up to look at the post, like it, comment on it, maybe then basically start following you, going onto your bio page and basically start following you. Okay, so it's all about sharing. Remember, social media, it's all about sharing. The more sharing that happens on the posts that you create and so on, the more people start following and knowing about your business and start commenting. When they start commenting, you can reply as well. So if anybody inquires publicly, oh, how much is it for getting my hair tinted, etc., you might reply publicly, or you might reply to them privately through Messenger, and so on. Do you have to use these particular photographs? Sorry, I'm not getting that, JC. What kind of particular photographs are you talking about as such? The photographs that you use, you will be in correspondence to your business as such. That's what you would be using for your business. So whatever your businesses are, that's what you do. This is of World Wildlife. Is it? Sorry, I can't see any issues in this. This is about World Wildlife. This is about the World Wildlife Fund channel that's on Instagram. That's why it's just an example as such. You would, in place of these, you would be using your own business one. So if you were Jane the hairdresser, you would have your logo up there, and you'd be Jane the hairdresser. You'd be having images of your hairdressing business as such on that side. So here we go. These logos here. So I'll explain how these logos actually work as well on that side. So you've got a plus sign. That means obviously, if you want to create a new post, new reel, new story, or go live, that's where it is. It's up there as well as down the bottom as well. You've got the heart functionality here, basically. Okay. If you've received this, and it's any notifications that you've received. So if anybody that's liked your posts, etc., or you've received any notifications on your post, then you'll be able to basically see that. That will turn into a +1, 2, or 3. It will tell you depending on how many comments and notifications that you've heard for your own post. So it give you notification that your post is doing well, and that's how it's indicated at the top here. The airplane is basically it's Messenger. It's Messenger that Facebook uses, etc. So you can basically directly message people, okay, your friends, families, your business clients, or whoever they are. You can message them directly through Facebook or Facebook or Messenger itself. Instagram uses the Messenger in the background, basically as a messaging service for your clients and so on, to find your customers and talk to your customers and so on. This is the profile, so you can start viewing their profile. They've got this many profiles, so once you view their profile, you know how long this business has been around and so on. So this gives them all that information, and this is obviously the Messenger, so you can start messaging World Wildlife. I don't think they'll actually reply kind of stuff straight away because they've got quite a few followers. I'm sure they'll be getting lots of messages, but when you do, you can certainly, if this is your business, you'll be able to basically talk to your clients directly and so on. And you can set up obviously automatic answering as well, basically. So if there's something that people are going to keep asking, how much is this or how much is that, or what colors is it available in, it can Messenger can be set up to answer automatically with regards to certain messages that you can. It's got trigger points in there, and you can certainly do that. Most of that can be easily done on the Meta Business Suite, basically, as such, and you can do it from the app as well. And there we go. And now, if you like this post, you love it, and you want to save it for later, maybe show it to somebody else, or think, I'll watch this a little bit later. You've got this little icon down here which saves this. This saves this post under your profile. Okay, so you can personally watch it a little bit later. Okay, So, you might think, oh, that's really good. There's a recipe on there. There's a how to do, etc. That whatever you do, etc. So clients can actually, so if you remember those stories I was telling you to promote, okay? So if you put your stories on there of clients on how to do this or how to do that, remember, for example, there's plumbers on there now and electricians on there. Plumbers basically as well. I've come across this sink and look, this is what's happened, and I quickly changed this. Maybe you want to watch it a little bit later and you think, I'm getting that same problem with my plumbing at home kind of stuff. Maybe I can have a look into this. And you might want to save this for a little bit later to watch kind of stuff. So you press that save button, it goes under your profile. And once you click your profile button, it will say saved. Go into there and it will have all your saved posts that you basically have them saved for yourself. Search functionality again. Let's go back to the home page. So back to the home page again. Once you click on that, let's see what's on there. So we've got the home functionality. We're going to press the search function. Now we're going to start basically looking for anything on there. You can see Instagram will start obviously giving out details of other things that may interest you from up the top here and start displaying things here. Obviously, when the screenshot was done, that person was basically looking at watches. So there's quite a few watch sort of posts coming up on here. And this is what Instagram does. It likes to basically see what's in the background. And if you used good hashtags and images as such, then Instagram will start promoting you and your business will end up here as such, okay? And the more people go to these posts, the more higher up it will. This is a whole screen that you can scroll, and it will scroll and scroll and scroll basically until you find anything that you want, or you've got the search functionality at the top here as well, okay? So the search functionality is here at the top, and you can put in anything that you basically may want. If there's something that doesn't interest you, then you want to look for something, then basically you can go onto here and you've got search functionality. Basically, again, there you can put hashtag in so people will narrow down their search criteria. Now, if we do hashtag music, you can see it's got 415 million posts in there. And if you click on this one, okay, then it'll start showing you all the posts. Otherwise, you can go to, these are all the actual Instagram posts that are up there. You can go to accounts as well. You can, differentiate by accounts, by different types of audio that may be using it, tags, and so on. So you can tag certain things as well in your images as well. Oh, bear with me. I think I clicked that too far. That's fine. There we go. So as you see, hashtag, we've clicked on it, 415 million posts basically, which is a lot of music videos that are out there, okay? And then you can select from what you want, the accounts, reels, audio, hashtag, and so on. So you can make and pick and choose on how basically clients will basically see you or how you see data as well. You'll come through to this, once you play with it, you'll soon find out how it literally starts working. It's a bit difficult to explain without having it actually on screen to play through, apart from screenshots, unfortunately. But this is what will happen. So this is how clients will basically start looking for you. If you used hashtag music for your business, you're competing against 415 million other posts, okay? So you want to try and narrow it down. So hashtag, like I said, hairdresser Stevenage, that may narrow it down to probably, hopefully, 10 or 15 people kind of stuff, okay? Remember, just 10 or 15 businesses. I don't know how many hairdressers there are in Stevenage as such, but that's how you try and narrow down, especially if you're different type, your businesses in that you narrow down search criteria included and use the hashtags appropriately on that side. Just going back, obviously, to the main page itself, we're going to look at basically editing your profile. So initially, we had basically Joe Blogs here, okay, and we had nothing here. So your profile picture is down here and shown up the top here on that side. If you basically just click on that, it will say you'll go into this page and it'll ask you, do you want to edit your profile? And you do, you edit your profile. It'll ask you basically, do you want to upload upload a logo? As soon as you upload the logo, that's our Wenta logo, and it appears at the bottom there now as well. Okay, and like I said, this tells you how many posts you've created. We hadn't created any. We had one follower and we were following 11 people, and we changed the name of it as well. So we call it spring.summer.wenta here instead of having it Joe Blogs. But we called it Wenta as such. Okay, so there we go. That's how you edit it quite quickly and put up obviously your post, put up your profile straight away. If you click on the following, like I said, it will give you a list of basically who you're following, and it will give a list of followers when you click on that bit as well to tell you who's that. Again, it shows you a little bit of who you want to discover, depending on what your profile is. And it says completing your profile. So start completing your profile. You got 4 out of 4. That means you completed the whole of your profile for your business as such. Here we can see all the accounts that we're following as such. Remember, put the following in there, gives you a whole list, okay, etc. on that side. And then obviously we can start basically looking at other people that we may follow on that side as well. These are just reels. Again, we got Cristiano Ronaldo that we're wanting to follow as such, so we can put following in here. We can message him as well directly. I'm sure he's not going to reply, but you can certainly try on that kind of stuff. And once you've got that, you've got his whole page. You're looking at a whole page and basically his profiles as such on there. This is how people will actually look at you as well. Your business will be open, so they'll be able to see all of your posts that you start creating here. If it was a private one, none of this is available to private, okay? And that's obviously not what you want. You want an open business account, basically. All business accounts are open. They're very rarely private on Instagram, etc., because you want people to come along and see all your posts and such, and obviously start following you from the bio page itself. When it says, how would you know whether people can find me under my chosen hashtags? Are there analytics? That's entirely yes. There is no such analytics as such. That's being clever, making sure that you're using the right hashtags. Okay, so the number of people will basically be using different types of hashtags to uncover you. If there was any analytics, unfortunately, when we all had an idea what's going to perform best for us, we'd all be using it and we'll all have 1 million people following us. Finding the correct hashtags is entirely down to you. There's loads of bits of software around the internet that you can certainly use. I'll certainly share one that I've used before, and it's worked for me. Obviously, it's a free one, but certainly try and discover some more appropriate hashtags. The more appropriate hashtags that you use for yourself, the ideal it's going to be, and that's how people will start discovering you. Sooner or later, you will start basically knowing what hashtags work for you. If you're using hashtags that have lots and lots of people doing that, you're competing with a lot of businesses. Then try and think of customers of what they will be typing into, particularly find your business. What's unique about your business? What would they type in? It's just like a keyword. This hashtags is just like a keyword. What do you think people will actually type in to actually find your services, find your businesses? And that's what you've got to do. You've got to narrow down the searches so that people then see your posts like this, start following you, they start inquiring about your services and such. Could you give example of how following, using, well, Ronaldo is a business on its own. Cristiano Ronaldo is a business. He's a football player, but I'm just showing you him as an example, basically, with regards to a business as such. He is a business. He's a brand on its own. Cristiano Ronaldo is a brand. And look at the investment that he gets from basically, well, one is probably Nike, okay, and so on. So he's not just a person as such. He's a brand. Lots of people and he advertises what he does at the end of the day, which what he does is play football. Okay, he shows his posts, he shows what he does, shows how he trains. Okay, and he uses hashtags. He uses hashtags as well, quite a lot of them, and you can see how many followers he's basically got at the end of the day. 508 million people following him as such. Okay, this is a type of branding as such that people, and it's a business that he's a business as such. that basically people inspire to follow him, not just for the football, for what he actually does for football as well. So he's a business. So that's why I'm showing him on that side as a business profile. Okay, so if trying to grow your own brand, how do you benefit from following his brand? This is just an example, Ali. I'm not saying follow him. Maybe customers who are into football may well follow him. I'm not saying that you need to follow him, but this is how people will find you as a brand. Okay, so he's a business on that side. So that's what happens. This is an example of how businesses do well when they start advertising quite well and people start following you. So if this was your business, that's when people will start basically start advertising and following you as such. So you've created your profile, and we're going to basically create a little post and so on. So you press the plus sign, okay, from wherever you are. It's at the top here, or sometimes it will be the plus sign down the bottom here. Like I said, different iOS's, the different operating systems will have it in different places as such. But you look for the plus sign, and once you press the plus sign, it will basically give you what you want to create. Do you want to create a reel, a post, a story highlight, or do you want to go live? Okay, so I'll explain what the differences are. So the reel is basically about 60 to 90 seconds, basically, where you can clip images and you can clip videos together, okay, to make one video. Okay, so people gonna basically watch it. Once it watches, it will flick through basically your post and so on. People don't have to scroll on if there's multiple images and videos. It will just flick through and create one video for you. So that's what a reel does. Reels are really, really powerful for Instagram. Okay, I believe they've done this in reaction to what TikTok used to do. TikTok was created a little while back, kind of stuff, etc., and had short videos and images put together. And obviously Instagram, off the back of that, obviously introduced it to their platform as well. So that's what Reel does. Any pictures that you've taken, multiple pictures that you've taken, etc., you can all combine it into one video, and you can have a video. And you can have little short videos inside it in that one video, and it will just play through it, kind of stuff. Okay, you can attach music to it as well, or commentary or voiceovers. You can do all of that onto Reels as well. You can put graphics onto the actual image as well, as you can do with all of the image posts basically on Instagram. So that's what Reel does. A post is where basically you post a picture, just like this hedgehog here, or you can put multiple posts up, basically multiple pictures of this hedgehog or your business, etc. You can do how you're working. Maybe you're a hairdresser, you're working through somebody's hair as such. You can show one picture, second picture, and the final product itself. You can certainly do that, and people will have to physically scroll through basically and see that post and such. A story, like I explained to you, will go at top of the profile, at top of your page, of the Instagram page, and people will be able to see your storyline, available for 24 hours only. A story highlight, exactly like story, but it stays there longer than 24 hours, okay? And it is also put onto your timeline as well, on your news feed as well. It stays permanently on your news feed, so people can look at your past story highlights as well. It doesn't disappear after 24 hours. And live, as you will probably guess, it's live. If you want to go really live, you're at a certain place or whatever, and you're advertising, maybe you're at a fair or something like that. And you advertise, you want to basically tell people I'm live at this fair, etc. And this is me. If you're in the local area, please do pop down and come and see me, etc. So you can certainly do live videos on that side. Obviously, the first couple times may be sort of hair raising, but soon more you use it, you'll probably get confident at it as well. We've got an image. So all the images will be picked out your phone camera, okay, your phone folder as such, okay. And there you go. You can basically start, creating a post or a reel, a story, etc. In this case, we've got a picture of a hedgehog, and away we go. Once we've got the image of that, you've got filters that you can go through, okay? You can change images and so on. You've got lots of editing, editing tools that you can use on Instagram to use it as such, okay? And then once you're finished, okay, it will take you to the last screen where you can write a caption at this, okay? So you can write a little tagline or something at the press or about the image itself. You can tag people in there if you wish to. You can tag the location as well. You can certainly add music where you can start basically, looking for music. And if you click on that, you'll see the third image basically shows, if you type in hedgehog music or anything like that particular, it will come up with different types of sort of tunes as well. And it will play music according to your image as well on that side. And you can post to other Instagram accounts if you wish. If you've got multiple accounts, then you can do there as well. Or you can, like I said, you can post to Facebook, Twitter, or X as it's called now, Tumblr, and so on. So you can easily, off a flick of a switch, post to Facebook straight away. You don't have to basically go onto Facebook and then obviously, post that way as well. You can do this and it will automatically post it straight away on the other side. So Wenta says, with all this content, would it be sensible to have an Instagram schedule, plan, and strategy? Some content, example, reels, pics, etc., before setting up a business account. As always, Wendy, if you've ever seen any of my Facebook or social media webinars on that side, when you create an account for anything, at the end of the day, you need content on there for people to basically find you and follow you. Okay, so yes, basically, obviously create some content. So when people do go to your profile, they see a number of bits of content, 10, 15 bits of images or content that you've put out there as such. Try and post as much as possible. Do mix it up. Absolutely. Like I said, stories are ideal for basically any product launches and so on. Reels, apparently, a lot of creators do say that algorithms, way the reels work, it does help promote your business quite a lot if you use reels. Okay, so reels are very, very common these days on Instagram. Most posts are mainly of reels, etc. So the algorithms are really good because Instagram then starts to help you promote it a lot more. Still images still equally do well as well, but make sure they're, beautifully sort of presented. Get some basically branding put on, so use the filters that they have on Instagram. Use all of that as such, and do mix it up. Don't just do reels all the time. Do reels, certainly do pictures, go live, whatever you wish to do. It's not every time that, reels are really, I wouldn't say difficult to do, but they are time consuming to do, because you're going to have to put together 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 images, etc. You're going to have to pick and choose lengthwise, music-wise, whatever you want to basically do. You're going to have to do that. It does take time. Whereas a normal image that you want to put up, or maybe a couple of images that you want to put up, they're quite easy, straightforward. You pop them up, and then basically people can slide through a number of images or just have the single one to basically see. And there we go. So we've created this. This is my first post. You put emojis in as well. You can, hashtag basically World Wildlife, hashtag hedgehog, hashtag new post. And you put all the hashtags in there basically, etc. Like I said, if you've added music, the music will be added onto there and so on. Once you're happy with all of that information, okay, you press the share. And then obviously it will automatically start uploading that image for you. It will tell you in your timeline, depending on how big the image is, etc., and your data, etc. It will give you a little time thing here, basically, that tells you a timeline as such that your images, and once it's uploaded, it says your post is now live, and it will go up there, and then obviously you'll be able to see it, and obviously any clients to start looking for you or are following you already will be able to see that new post come through as such. And there we go, we've got that. We've got it spring, summer, winter, and that's our post there. Spring, summer, winter, my first post, just as we put it all there, and hashtag and so on that side. Okay, and straightforward. And you've got obviously You've got 3 dots here at the top here, which have extra options to adjust the settings for this post, such as putting it in your archive, turning comments off, editing it in any way, or sharing it to another platform. So you can do that. You can have comments be turned off on this as well if you wish to. So if you don't want anybody commenting on any of your posts, then you can certainly do that. But it's nice to have comments coming through because you'll be able to speak to your clients directly as such. So creating great content, we're going to be looking at sort of defining your goal as such. You're going to have to understand what your goal is. You're defining your whole goal basically with regards to the content that you put up on there basically. What do you want to accomplish? Is it to grow your audience, drive more engagement, or is it to generate sales? Okay. Plan your content calendar. You're going to have to basically look at your content calendar. You should do this with all social media platforms. Okay, there's platforms out there like Hootsuite. I think you can do it with Canva now, if anybody uses Canva out there as well. Okay, you can obviously create your content and then have a calendar of it to go out automatically at certain points during the week. Now, the more content that goes out, or more good quality that content that goes out, the more better results you're going to have. And the more often they go out, the more people often are going to see your posts coming up on their newsfeed. If you do a post once or twice a week, okay, then basically clients may miss your post every so often. And that's why I say try and promote as much as possible on a regular basis. So if they miss Monday's post, they can see Wednesday's post. They'll miss Wednesdays, they've got Fridays or Saturdays, Sundays, etc. The more content you put out there, the more people will actually see it. Doing post a week, that's going to be hidden. Unless your post is really, really good and it's getting a lot of attention, then you're going to be ending up with lots of likes and comments, and then it'll be pretty good. But putting out lots of posts at regular basically ensures that all your clients that are following you or who'd like to follow you can see your posts out regularly. Okay, making sure all of your look is consistent as well. Like I said, logos, creating that branding effect for you, making sure that clients understand it's your post. They don't have to read your bio. They don't have to know who it's from or down the bottom. As soon as they see the image or the post and they've got your logo in there, then they can see that it's from you. Okay. Don't make them look for who it's from or whatever it is by looking at the bio underneath, etc., or the text functionality at the bottom of the actual post itself. Choose the current hashtags. Okay, like I said, I'll try and find it. Bear with me. I have got 1 second. Let's see if I can. There we go. I've used these guys a couple of times. All hashtag basically. It's a free sign up. So have a look at it. You know, it's a generator. You pop basically your words in there, kind of stuff, and then you just go for it at the end of the day. But you know, insert your whatever your business type is, etc., and it will do top hashtags, random or live hashtags. It will start generating it for you. There's loads of these kind of platforms around the internet. Do have a look at them. They'll tend to give you some good quality hashtags. I've done a little experiment when I had my businesses. So basically, I as everyone does, they enter normal hashtags. Basically, whatever hashtags you start entering, Instagram will obviously open up a whole list of them and say choose which ones you want to add, etc. And when I use one of these kind of professional hashtag generators, it gave me nearly 4 or 5 times the amount of followers basically and likes for my post than I would normally. So those kind of hashtag platforms do work quite well for yourself as well. And obviously you've got to do a little bit thinking out of the box as well with regards to using different types of hashtags as such. If you put hashtag hairdresser, there's hairdressers from basically from America all the way to Australia and anyone in between. Try and narrow yourself down with basically providing different types of hashtags, hairdressing tinting or hairdressing how to, hairdressing Stevenage, hairdressing Hertfordshire, hairdressing, etc. This is how you want to differentiate and narrow down your audience, that people start looking for you, because that's how they will be looking for you. They're not just going to put in hairdresser, hashtag hairdresser. Okay, and they're going to get everyone from America to anyone. If somebody's looking for a hairdresser locally, they're going to be looking for hairdressers in Stevenage or Hitchin or something like that. That's nearby where I am at the present moment as such. Is there a maximum number of hashtags to use? Now, this is a massive argument that's going on basically around with lots of people that use Instagram. I've seen about 50 hashtags in a post, but when you add 50 hashtags, you will see there's a massive blurb right at the bottom of that post, which doesn't really look the best. Okay. Usually, a lot of people do say about 11 hashtags is appropriate. Okay, a lot of people do go up to 20 and 30 as well. But I try and keep it short as possible. Do 11, 12, 15 hashtags kind of stuff. Try and keep it simple as possible, but use good relevant hashtags. The more you use, just doesn't make the post look really professional. Okay. And you're just trying to grab everyone and anyone at the end of the day. And that's what it is. Is that what you literally want? So like I said, using good quality hashtags, which you're going to have to search for and find, either using the platforms that you have out there, like I showed you, etc. Then you'll obviously get good content coming through as well. And then you're going to measure, obviously, your results and basically adjust them. So you're going to have to basically look through, which we'll discuss in a second, to make sure that you are doing everything as well as possible. Okay. And what can you do to actually increase that engagement with yourselves? So remember, Instagram is a dynamic platform that thrives on captivating content to engage users. That's what it wants to do. It wants to promote your content. Long as it's good content, it's going to want to promote it. And Instagram will help you do that in the background with all the algorithms that it uses basically to promote it. But you're going to have to help it as well by using good sort of engagement sectors like correct hashtags, nice bits of reels, good reels put together, good images put together, etc. Using high resolution images. Hashtag will ask you if you want to upload images at normal resolution or high resolution. Okay, remember, it's their platform. You're not there's no memory coming off your phone basically using high resolution. At the end of the day, make sure if your content is good and good quality, it's high resolution images that you want to basically upload all the time. So making sure that the images stand out, they're vibrant, they're good looking, and they're eye catching. Okay. And this is how people will basically, when they're scrolling through, will stop at your post to look at it and think, that's really good. That's funny. That's a good story. I'm really, who's this? They'll come to your bio and start looking at all of your feeds that are there and start following you. Hopefully they'll start basically messaging you or getting in touch with you with regards to your services that you may well have as well. Yes, it has. Wenta has, I think, about 2 or 3 Instagram pages, I believe, on that side. I don't look after them. My marketing department looks after them, but yes, it does. Use the filters and editing tools that Instagram has to create constantly that aligns with your brand. If not, do you guys any of you guys use Canva out there? Have you heard of Canva as such? Does anybody use it out there? Yeah, Jennifer says yes. Kiri says yes. Excellent, excellent. Glad to know that, it's a brilliant piece of software. Okay, or a platform, let's put it this way. It's a brilliant platform. They're always adding new stuff to this all the time. Alice says not yet new to all of this. That's fine. So Canva, a little bit also just sliding off, which can help you with your obviously Instagram posts as well. It's a platform, it's free to actually open an account with them. They do have a premium side to it, which is about $10.99 a month, but otherwise you can use the free tools that they have with it. And it's ideal for creating posts for your social media. Whatever social media is, it's really good. If it basically gives you the actual dimensions of the post of actually pushing up onto there. Remember, when you take a picture on your phone, and you push it up to Instagram, that may distort slightly. Either Instagram will zoom in to fit into obviously its screen platform, etc., or zoom out of the picture, making it look a little bit out, not correct as such. Okay, and you might be missing the point, and your customers will look at it and think, what are they doing actually advertising here? Because you've chopped off something, or maybe you've not included something, etc. So Canva actually gives you an ideal pixel or measurement size or template of what Instagram uses or Facebook or whatever. You upload your image to that. So you can upload your images from your phone to the Canva platform, and then you can edit that. You can put that onto the template. You can edit it. You can put boxes, bubbles, put your logo in, put your web address on the image itself, etc. You can do all of that, and you can enhance it. It's got saturation, it's got the tinting, all the different types of colors things that you want to basically do to enhance it. So, and it's really so easy. And once you've added your Instagram account to it as well, you don't have to download the image, which I used to do a long time ago because I never had that. You had to download it. You can certainly download it and keep a copy of it on your laptop, or send it over to your phone, and then you can upload it to your basically Instagram account, or you can do it directly from Canva now. You can upload the actual image now directly to Canva, directly to Instagram straight away from there. It just enhances your images so much, makes them look really professional, and it's a tool that I recommend that everyone should use. It's a platform that everyone should use, especially if you're new to all the social media stuff. It only not just the social media, you can do slides and all of that kind of stuff on there as well. Okay, so there's loads of things that you can basically do on there as well on that side, as well as create your perfect images for your actual websites as well. Instagram is about being brief, okay? So it's not going into depth about something, it's introducing to your clients to something on a brief note, leaving them a little bit hanging on a hook to say, I want to know more, so that they come to maybe your website to find out a little bit more, or they start then inquiring about more of your products and services as you want to basically go through. So remember, crafting concise captions that complement your visuals is important as well, okay? The one that we've done about the hedgehog, if I put this is just about a hedgehog, that's a bit boring, isn't it? But they know it's a hedgehog, but write something about it. Maybe there's a story attached to it or something. Not too much, because Instagram is about images. The images tell the actual story, or your stories or your reels and so on, kind of stuff. Okay, so that's what it's about, doing great content, making sure that your customers understand that bit of content that you have there. Maintain a theme across your posts to establish and recognize your identity, like I said before. Consistency helps your audience connect with your content and your brand. Create some UGC, user-generated content, okay? So that means it's encouraging people to share your content. Sharing it, like I told you, you've got that aeroplane where your friend may they're following you, your customer's following you, but one of their friends may be well interested in your service, so they're going to basically share that to their friend, okay? They're doing that pass on free for you as such, and hopefully that other friend will start following you, inquire about your services, and you've got another client, okay? So encourage, UGC, as they call it, user-generated content as well, okay? Interactive content, engage with audience with polls, quizzes, and interactive stories as much as possible, okay? So there's some ideas for you to create that kind of content as well. It's not just about images and so on. Do some quizzes, polls at times, etc. Okay, and video dynamics. Utilize short-term videos such as Instagram Reels to showcase creativity. Okay, and like I said, the Instagram Reels is a little bit powerful than your normal images and so on, because their algorithms are different. And if you use and get used to Reels, they're a lot more powerful to sort of promote your business as such. Posting schedule. Determine the best times to post. And remember, I said to you, post on Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, whatever it is. Yes, you got to do regular posting, but you got to get your hours, your timing correct as well. Okay, it's not just about posting whenever you're free and let's create a post and pop it onto Instagram and hopefully we'll get hundreds of likes. It's not about that. It's making sure you've got the right post and you're making sure you're posting at the correct timing as well. There's certain times that your clients are offline and there's certain times where your customers will see your post, and that's when you want to basically do that as well. Doing it consistency is key to this. And remember, using Canva or something like Hootsuite, which are schedulers, I believe Instagram has got a scheduler on it as well. So you can actually time your posts whenever you want it to go out. It doesn't mean that if you want to go at 6 o'clock in the morning that you got to wake up, create the post and start posting at 6 o'clock in the morning. You schedule it to go out, it'll automatically start posting out for you. What you need to do is make sure you create content for at least a week or so, okay, that goes out the next week. So you create a lot of content that goes out the following week. Okay, so you collect all that data on what you'll be creating content and what reels or what photos and what images you'll be using, etc., to go out on the following week. The timing, the dates it's going to go out, all of that you schedule up basically. Okay, and then that automatically just rolls out. While that's rolling out, the following week you start taking notes of when to basically post for the following week. And you do that. A lot of businesses actually do it 1 week, 2 weeks, and even months in advance. They create posts months in advance, basically, to make sure. And what happens is you can then start basically collecting information from maybe customers or real-time, basically, scenarios and creating stories and so on with regards to that to post on the following week later as such. Is there an app that can show what times my Instagram page is busy with viewers? Sorry, no, because at the end of the day, what happens is basically, Wendy, it depends on your product. Depends, it depends on who your clients are. Every business has a different type of clientele, different type of audience. And, yes, it could be busy for lots of businesses at lunchtime. But the type of business that you might have might not be, because, it could be for working moms, stay-at-home parents or somebody like that, where lunchtime is busy for them when, they're creating lunch for somebody, for themselves, etc. They're getting ready for a school run later on or whatever. It's for you to identify and chop and change as you go along. As you're creating your content, you will start understanding when the best time is, because that's when you'll get the best likes. Once you start receiving lots of likes at maybe 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, you think, oh yeah, you know what, 5, 6, that time seems to be busy for my product. Okay, and then you will try different times, and once a couple of months in, you'll really understand when your most engagement comes through. Either morning, afternoon, evening, Saturday, Sundays, whatever. That's when you'll start understanding. There isn't anything out there. Every business runs totally independently and differently on how they promote themselves and what happens, kind of stuff. So there isn't anything out there. So from, as you say, I'll talk about insights a little bit later, that will tell you when it's really popular as such. Engaging with the audience, respond to customers and messages promptly as much as you can. Show appreciation for likes and shares to build a loyal community. Utilizing analytics, we'll come to that in a little while. Monitor posts, performance using Instagram insights and so on. We'll come to that in a second. Track engagement metrics, follow growth and content reach as well. So Instagram's got all those kind of things on there, which we'll talk about in a second as such. So what are reels? Reels, as I explained to you, they're about 90 seconds long. They're videos, okay, full screen vertical videos as such, okay. There's editing tools and library of audio tracks in there. So you'll clip multiple video clips or images, use filters, captions, interactive backgrounds, stickers. You can do a whole load of stuff on there. Okay, they do not disappear after 24 hours. Okay, and they're available on your newsfeed for everyone to watch. Favored by algorithms, like I said, more likely to recommend them to people who don't follow you. So Instagram will recommend them to you as such. Okay. Press on the reels. If you go press on the reels, you start coming up with reels, etc. We've got football in this scenario, etc. But if you go through any other ones, you'll start seeing these are the reels for basically, obviously, NASA here. Okay, that's where you will start seeing reels. So people want to know if they're looking at your business, etc. They want to see a little video or something. That's when they'll press that, and they'll be able to see any reels or videos that you've got on your business profile as such. Creating reels is quite simple. Here's a screenshot. You can just about see my bald head at the bottom there. Well done for taking a brilliant picture to myself. I don't know why I've done that, but there we go. But just a little bit about what the screen does. So when you press reel, this blank screen comes up, automatically turns to the forward-facing camera as such, okay? And then you've got audio at the top here, so you can add audio. Instagram will give you lots of audio. They've got loads and loads of different types of audio that you can attach to these reels as such, okay? So you can add all of those reels. It could be music from pop stars or whoever it is, or you can do a voiceover. Whatever you wish to do, you can pop that into there once you create your reel. You got the stars here, which is your filters, so you can add different filters and tints and so on. That's all in there, okay? You've got the green screen here, the screen screen, so you can have maybe another Instagram post running in the background, and something's, you might be talking about the actual video in the background, you in the foreground, as you say, and you could be talking about that as well. Or you can have a picture in the background, just as you see my little orange logo, inclusive of support, making it easier, if you can see that. Yeah, so that's like a green screen as such, etc. So you can have that, okay? You've got add yours. It lets you add your own stickers, etc. to stories and reels and so on, okay? Then you've got length of reel, 15, 30, 60, 90 seconds, whatever you want to attach to, etc. Okay, and then the next slide, here we go. No, there we go. Oh, did I miss one? I've missed one, I think. There we go. There we go. Yep. And then you got speed. You can say how quickly your video can play back. 0.5, you can slow it down to 3 times the normal speed. Video layout, so you can have different sort of grids as well. Okay, so you can have different grids to lay this out on that side. I mean, you got the timer functionality as well. Underneath it, there's a timer functionality. You can have dual recording, so you can have the front camera and the back camera recording and make a reel out of that as well. And you've got gesture control, raise your hand to start recording as well. All of these functionalities are on basically on all the apps. They may be slightly different. Remember, Instagram, when they do update Instagram, they don't send out an overall update to everybody. It goes out to certain accounts. Certain accounts don't get it. Certain accounts get it about a month later. So don't worry if you can't see all of this, but most of this will be all on your screen when you press a reel, okay? And you can basically do that. It's easy. Just go onto it, play about with all the functionality that's there, okay? Record it. It won't go live until you actually press share. Okay, so don't worry about it. You can add music to it and a green screen to it and time it and do whatever you wish to do, etc. Play about with it as much as possible if you want. If you think, oh yeah, let's see, or you can certainly save it as well as a draft, okay, and work on it a little bit later should you wish to, and that's saved there all the time, and you can amend it as much as you like, as you wish. Or if you want to start over again, you can certainly start over again as well. But all of those functionalities are on the reel side as such. So growing your Instagram following, content quality and consistency. Like I said all throughout the webinar, make sure you use high quality images, use Canva if you have to make sure it stands out, etc. Because it's got to be visually appealing. This is what Instagram is all about. You've got to keep your audience consistently engaged, okay? And to attract new followers as well. Hashtags, mix broad and niche hashtags for better reach. Use a good platform like the one I showed you, etc. But like I said, over time, you'll soon get used to using different types of hashtags and know which ones are good for you as such as well. Engaging captions, craft captions that resonate with your audience. Ask questions, share stories, and encourage interactions as much as possible. Instagram stories, use stories to showcase behind the scenes content, product demos, and engaging visual narratives as well. Utilize stickers on there as well as much as possible, like polls, questions, and so on, to ask customers of what they think of your products and services as such. Live, make sure you build up the courage to use live. A lot of people say they get shy on using this. Once you get familiar with the platform, believe me, 1 or 2 lives here and there, will get you going, and then you'll build up your confidence a lot more and more and more. But live is another way of basically attracting customers, and people get that bonding with you, because once they start seeing you as a business owner, etc., doing a live, okay, they build up that little bond with yourself and saying, oh, that's so and so again from there, really, really good video on what she's showing me or he's showing me, etc. You can certainly partner with influencers or complementary businesses for shout outs or takeovers even. So, you can certainly do that. Influencers will probably charge you money, so be aware of that, etc. There could be complementary other businesses where you can showcase somebody else's business, they can showcase yours. Complementing each person's business can be ideal as well. Maybe you're a chair maker and the other person's a seat maker, and you can probably complement each other's business, etc. that way around, etc. Instagram ads. So Instagram's got an advertising platform where you can actually then start paying Instagram to actually push your ads out to basically your targeted demographics as such, okay? And these are really, really powerful. So they work a lot more powerful than just normal creating a post and creating a reel as such. This will go out to a lot more people who may not even find you through hashtags and so on. Instagram will push them through the demographics that you have for your target audience, your age groups, where they live, what their interests are. All of these scenarios, there's a whole lot of demographics in there, kind of stuff, and behaviors. You can choose those, but you're going to have to pay money for them. And these ads can go out a lot more, and they can actually bring in a lot more customers for you, okay? And a lot more customers can come towards you, start following you, going onto your websites, all of that kind of stuff. And that's what you want. You want these customers to come and engage with you, and obviously go on to your website so that they can basically follow you or buy your products as such. And again, like I said, engaging with your audience is the most important part. If somebody asks you a question on any of your posts, reply to them as soon, and don't just blank them off. Then you're not doing something correctly. That's basically you're advertising and you're not following it through. Make sure you always reply to customers, etc., on whatever their queries are, etc., and say thank you for any engagement that they do provide you as such. Instagram Shop, it's there and it's not there. They've actually removed the icon for Instagram Shop. It is there, but you can create a shop on Instagram if you wish to, and then people can actually look at your products and services on there. They've moved the icon for it, like I said to you at the end of the day, okay? But you can actually tag products, okay? So you can tag a product inside your image as such. and then people will be able to see it. What they'll see, as you saw the real kind of logo on there, you'll be able to see the shopping. When you're searching for something, you'll be able to see the shopping bag, and that shows you that there's an Instagram shop there as well. A lot of people, what they tend to do is create their Instagram image, Instagram profile as such, put their web address in, so basically they can point them in the direction of their website and obviously conduct the payment or purchase that way. Because obviously they have a different payment card, and they can probably offer discounts or different things, or say if you bought this, other customers bought this. They can do a lot more functionality on websites than they can do on Instagram as such. What you want to do is try and create engagement as much as possible from your Instagram posts, so that people can engage with you or call you or ring you or do something to basically push with that sort of sale as much as possible. But it's still there. The shop is still, functionality is still there. You can certainly set up a product catalog as well for you, on the Facebook platform as such, and the Facebook Business Manager. You can certainly do that for the back of Instagram, and you can do that in the business Meta Business Suite as such, like I said. So, as I said, it's recently updated its features and removed the shopping cart shortcut. But have a look into this as well. You can obviously have your link to your bio in your bio, basically, so clients can come and obviously purchase from there. If you want clients to engage with you or call you, then obviously do that from your website or from actually Messenger as such from Instagram. So encourage engagement that way as well, so you can do the sell over the phone or through the app itself. Now, Instagram insights and analytics. So this is where basically you need to look at everything, so to make sure that you are actually doing everything correctly, okay? Usually Instagram, after you've got about 100 people following you as such, okay, they will start giving you the insights. All you've got to do is basically click on your profile setting, okay? On the three lines at the top there, basically, sorry, and that will basically open up this menu. And as you can see, some of the stuff like the saved options are there, just there. Like I said, if you saved any ads or anything like that, any promotions that you've done, or any posts that you saw that you saved, will be over here, basically. Okay, you've got the insights. So insights, basically, if you click onto that, that will tell you how well your posts are doing, who it's being seen by. Excuse me. How many people have seen it, how many people have played your reel as such, how many, etc. So have a look at that. This is where it gets really, really interesting. Okay, they've also got another functionality, which is threads, which is in reply to Twitter or X. I've not had a go at using this at the moment. I never liked Twitter in the first place, but there we go. But they've, obviously introduced threads, which is going to be a little bit like I said, Twitter as such. But go back to insights. There we are. So click on that, okay, and this will basically show your insights of how your posts are actually doing. On the particular account I went on, there was nothing happening there much. I'm going to have to get the Wenta's screen grab, basically, to see that'll give a lot more information. But you get audience insights, understand your audience demographics, including age, gender, location, all of this, and active hours as well. Okay, it helps you understand how to tailor your sort of content to your audience's preferences and probably time zones as well. Content performance, analyze the performance of individual posts. Insights show metrics like reach, impressions, okay, engagement, likes, comments, shares, and saves, and so on. Okay, so even when you save something, basically insights will basically tell you that your posts are being saved by clients, etc., for further viewing later on as such. Okay, so from all of this, you're going to basically understand if your posts are working or they're not working. And like I said, it'll be date factors, last 7 days. There's a drop down menu on there, as you can see here. Last 7 days, you can have a whole month's viewing coming through. But once you start getting that, analytics coming through, you're gonna be able to determine when's the best time to post. If your content is really achieving that, maybe you want to change your style of content, etc., to get a lot more engagement, or you're doing really well. You're pushing out a lot more posts, etc., and that's bringing in a lot of business as well. So that bit is the most important. That's where you're going to have to look at all of this, the insights part, which will give you a lot of information of how your posts are all basically doing as well. It'll also give you stories performance as well. Insights for stories provide data on views, taps, back, forward replies, interactions with stickers and polls and so on. So it gives you that information as well on that side. And it will also give you information on how well your posts, your hashtags are doing as well on using. So are your hashtags doing well for you? They're not. Use different ones. They are doing well for you. Carry on using them, etc. But like I said, experiment with different sets of hashtags and monitor the impact on reach and engagement as much as possible. So just coming to the end of the webinar, guys. So hopefully, basically, you've had a bit of a informative session on this one, understanding how sort of Instagram works. It's a little bit difficult to explain, basically, when you can't sort of show it, like, when I do my Facebook one, I show it, go live onto a Facebook page and show how it works around. Instagram's a bit difficult kind of stuff to do on. Obviously, it's only app-based as such. But hopefully, you've had a little bit of understanding. If you've got any questions, please ask away. And then, obviously connect with us as well, on business advisory services. If you need more help or anything, hopefully we can answer some of your questions that you may well have, etc. as such. But hopefully this may well get you started and I make you understand how Instagram literally works on that side. We worked on a little very basic to a little bit more advanced on that side. And there's a whole lot of stuff that we couldn't cover because obviously time is not on our side, unfortunately. But it's an intro. Have a play with it. Don't be scared of it, and like I said, don't post on anything if you're not, create it, have a look at it yourself. Until you press that share button, that's not going anywhere. And even if you have shared it, okay, you can delete it. Okay, so don't be scared of that. Okay, and sometimes before you do any advertising about your Instagram or anything, just have a go, create some posts, pop them out there, see how it looks once it goes out there, check it with your partner's account or something like that, or whatever, see how it works that way. And you think, no, that's not right, that doesn't look right, delete it. Okay, but once you do start advertising it, make sure they're proper posts as such. Okay. So there we go. Thank you very much, Helen. Hopefully it's useful for you. And thank you. Great stuff. Thank you, Wendy. Catherine, thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. Hope you've enjoyed it. Are you doing a Facebook webinar anytime soon? Good question. I will be, but I don't know when. Let me just quickly check for you, see if I've got anything in my calendar. So I've done Instagram today. I've got a Wix one. If anybody's interested in creating a Wix website, I touch on Wix or do a Wix on platform. Fingers crossed. Basically, that's on Friday. This Friday, the 27th at 2 o'clock. And no, I haven't got anything to put in for Facebook as yet. I think one of my other colleagues will probably be doing that. But they tend to stick to the slides, unfortunately. They don't go live or like I do as such. Let's have a look for you. Thank you very much, Doreen. Just look. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Dilbrick. Can we get an online certificate for this session through an email? Unfortunately, this is not CPT certified, this one. Most of our other webinars are CPT. Not all of them are. Unfortunately, you won't be getting, but you'll get a recording of this and a copy of the slide deck as well, Weka. Thank you very much, Lee. Thank you, Kiri. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Anne, again. Yes, would be. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Lee. Thank you so much, guys. Some more messages down here. Okay. Thank you. Very insightful session. Offline answer fine as out of time. Can you post your alcoholic and non-alcoholic products on Instagram, or better to advertise the beverage company without referencing specific drinks? I ask, as some meta platforms you can't. Example, no, you can do. I follow a lot of alcoholic drinks companies kind of stuff, so I do. There's people on there who basically, I've got people on there I follow who basically advertise. They don't advertise, well, whiskey advertisers or whiskey manufacturers like the Macallans and so on, obviously premium whiskeys, etc. If you know your whiskeys, there's gin advertisers I like to follow as well because I like my gins, etc. But yeah, there's alcoholic and non-alcoholic, as long as it doesn't how can I say, obviously I don't know if it's going to be your brand as such. Okay, these are obviously their own brands that they're advertising. Okay, but if you're advertising other people's brands, make sure that you're advertising in the correct sense as such, because you don't want to get in trouble by those companies, etc. Okay, but yes, you can do. There's lots of people on there who advertise drinks and so on. But obviously, there's actually a person I follow who actually is a whiskey connoisseur and tells you what whiskies to buy and not to buy and what to taste and so on. So assume it should be okay, kind of stuff on that side, Ali. So it shouldn't be a problem on that side. No problem. Thank you very much, Helen. Thank you, guys. We've come to the end of the session. So thank you, guys, and hope to see you soon on that side. I've answered online certificate. You won't, unfortunately, because this one's not CPD qualified, certified as such. Anyone asking for the online certificate, but you'll get a copy of the webinar and then obviously the slides as well, guys. So hope to see you on some other webinars soon. Take care and see you soon, guys. Thank you very much.